Hello, this is Truce Wolf. I'm making this video to demonstrate how to set up the UI for the Grim Truce mod. This is a second attempt. I thought my first time around was a little too disorganized, so I just wanted to tighten it up in this video. Okay, first we're just going to start from the normal character creation screen, the main menu in normal resolution, and we want to make a character. So let's create a character. And it's important to do it in this view because once we go to the mod, you basically won't be able to see these buttons because of the way I'm going to change the resolutions. So I'm just going to make a character, I guess, some kind of ninja character. Nightblade plus something, I don't know what. But I'm going to make it veteran also, for whatever reason. Okay, and then once we have our new character, we can exit the game. And where we want to go next is actually to my documents, my games, Grim Dawn, the settings, and into options. And in options, we want to change it to what I had specified in the README. So that'll be 3700 by 2850 for a 4K screen, which is what we were using, and the UI scale is 0.96. You also want the screen mode to be 1 because that puts it in the windowed mode. Okay, with these we can save the settings, and also now we can launch the game. And when you see this launch, the game is going to launch into a giant square, and with this square the title bar will be off the screen, so we can't adjust the window like the way it launches. But I'll show you the workaround for that. So first we'll start the game up, and I did that just by hitting start on the control pad, but again we can see that the window is really off here. The user interface is, up here now, but we can fix this by right-clicking on an empty space on the taskbar, hitting Cascade Windows, and then repositioning the Grim Dawn window so that we can see a slip of the title bar here. And the way I had it set up with the 0.96 UI scale, you'll just be able to see the entire UI right here, right at the edge of the screen. So from here we can pretty much just play the game then.
Still drawing.
One thing I also wanted to go over is the buttons, because the Steam configuration actually creates some awesome advantages for players who are using
You're not looking too bad for some of the bodies you will need.
Also, there's an automatic level straight to level 3 here, because without that I think it makes it too hard to get through this first zone without any skill powers. But going back to controllers, we can go into Steam and go to manage controller configuration. To do this, you have to first go into Steam, like controller configurations, and activate like Xbox controllers, PlayStation controllers, whatever controllers you use to play Steam with. But you can basically pull up the game controls for it. And what I wanted to get into specifically was the trigger buttons here. So for the right trigger here, you can have a soft pull action and a full pull action. What this will allow you to do is actually map two abilities to one button so that you can use both abilities with one pull of the trigger. And this is really helpful for actually a lot of different types of attack combinations. Like one good combination is ability with cooldown plus backup ability, and I'm going to demonstrate this because I'm going to make a Nightblade and basically have the Nightblade use the blade burst on cooldown, but whenever it's available, and then while it's on cooldown, I'll use my standard attack. So by setting up your triggers this way, you can get that to work. I also like putting my map ability like on the start button here, because once you hit start, it'll go to this UI control backup, and you can have like the menu button behind it, so you can have the map button available to you, because otherwise it's like a very hard to put the map button anywhere, honestly. Also in the UI, some useful things are like the show hide components on the left trigger, so you can compare items without the components added on by holding left trigger, and yeah, weapon swap here. Okay, I'm just gonna hit done on this. I also like having a hotbar swap actually on the R3 here, because it's nice just to use the hotbar swap to put abilities that you won't be using in combat, like just buffs. But so you can just buff up at the beginning and then hotbar swap back over to your actual active abilities to use while you're actually playing the game. But right now I'll demonstrate what I was talking about for the Nightblade Blade Burst. So going all into Amarastas, and then for the abilities we can see that there are 2 sets of left triggers and 2 sets of right triggers. So the first one is going to be the soft pull attack, or the first attack that goes through, and then the second right trigger is going to be the attack that we're going to have as filler. So with that set up that way, we can just start with one button, just like use our attacks very efficiently. The blade burst will show up every single time it's available. Otherwise, we'll just be smacking it in the face. And honestly, the A button automatically works this way, so you could have that button as well, like with Amaras's blade burst on button A. It will pretty much by default do the exact same thing, which is cool. So now you have 3 buttons that are able to do that, so that you just really make your attack combinations more efficient. So that's pretty much the introduction to this mod and some cool, I don't know, life hacks for the controller. So I hope you guys enjoy the mod, and those life hacks also probably work regular Dawn or any other mod as well. So hope you enjoy. Thanks. And also, I appreciate any feedback on the mod at all, on balancing changes. I mean, I try to get the camera to work as best as possible, but I figured that what I have right now is the best compromise of things. So, peace, and see you guys around.